Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie Beglow. Good morning. I'm just getting good morning in under the wire here in Michigan because it's about, I don't know, 7-8 minutes to noon. So for today's Saturday Sip, I wanted to show you some of the things I'm going to be using. One of them is this designer series paper. It is so pretty. You can see I've already been using it. There's actually another piece in here that I think it's this one. Yeah, that I've kind of been already playing with it. This is called Ever Eden, and it will be available for 1 month, November. I believe it starts November 2nd. I'll have more details when it goes live, but it's in a suite. You'll get this. You'll get some other things if you buy the whole suite. And a stamp set and dies, and it's pretty awesome. But I'm going to be using the paper, which I think it's really beautiful. Every sheet has some bling to it. This is the back side of this piece, and as you can see, the leaves do some blingy stuff here. And then on this piece, well, I guess it's all coming out of the bag now. This piece, there's some blingy leaves. And then this is the back of that piece. This piece has more blingy leaves. And this is the back. Now this piece, it's a little more subtle. The bling is, I'm not even sure if you'll be able to see it for sure, but there's little dots, and if you can't see them on screen, you can see them in person. They're just the tiniest little bit of bling. And the back of this piece is pretty cool too. Look at that. It's kind of ombre. So it would make a great scrapbook page, and of course cards too. And then here's the back side of this piece that, like I said, I've been using it. Which is this beautiful leaf pattern. And then this piece, which has bling again in the leaves. And then this is the back. I think this is really pretty too. It's really hard for me. I don't know about for you guys, but it's really hard for me to use the back side of something blingy. But I may use the back side of this one, even though I love the front side. And I don't know that there is a front and back, but that's just my personal opinion. I always figure the bling is on the front. So anyway, so it is called Ever Eden, and it will be available next month. So very exciting. So really, like next week, very, very soon. Let me look at my calendar real quick, and maybe it'll tell me when it starts. Yep, Tuesday. It starts Tuesday. So you'll definitely see more about that on Tuesday tip for sure. So the other thing I'm going to be using is the Layering Circles framelits. And I took this one, the scallopy one. You can do this with a punch if you have it, or if you have just regular circle dies, that'll work too. But I use this one, and for a good reason, and you'll see when I make the card. You're going to need your Stampin' Trimmer, some Evening Evergreen ink, some Cherry Cobbler ribbon. This is in the, with the gold. It's so pretty. This is in the Occasions catalog. What I always call the mini. And then I just did a knot. I didn't do a bow. I just did a knot for that. Heartfelt Wishes stamp set. The card base is going to be Soft Succulent. So, I forgot to grab my bone folder, and we're definitely going to need that today. So I've already pre-folded this, but you know how I like a flat crease. And then 2 pieces of Whisper White. One is going to go on the inside, and then the other one I'm going to be using on the card. 3 pieces of Evening Evergreen, and that is 1 5/8 by 2 1/4. And then 3 pieces of Cherry Cobbler, which is 1 3/8 by 2 1/4. So wait a minute, I did that wrong. 1 5/8 by 2 1/2, 1 3/8 by 2 1/4. And you're going to need 3 of each of these. Okay. Then, okay. And then you're going to need that. You may need a ruler. That's totally up to you. So ahead of time, I'm trying to remember why we needed this. Okay, I'm not going to use this. This was just to cut your paper. I just wanted to have it there handy so you guys could see it. Okay. So what I did, oh, I know why I need it. Duh. Okay, so here's one of the pieces I cut out with the die. Okay. So now I am going to need my paper trimmer. Oops, sorry about that, everybody. Hey, so if you're watching, make sure you say hello or like my video. Let me know if this is your first time watching. I'd love to know that, or where you're watching from. Also, if you share my video, your name goes into a drawing that I will draw on Tuesday, by the way, because I always do it once a month. And so you'll be in a drawing for a free gift, which I will mail to you. No purchase necessary. And again, don't forget, though, if you share it, you have to tell me that you shared it. And I should be able to see, because I can see when someone has shared or not. It'll show me that. So just so you know, if when you share it, I do get to go and see if you shared it and go like your shared post and stuff. So that's kind of cool. Okay. Also, if you have any questions, you can comment here. This is facebook.com/Memory Inkers in case you're watching this from somebody's share. So you can go there and follow me, and I hope you will follow me. If you want to shop for any of the products on Stampin' Up, this is my Stampin' Up website, memoryinkers.com. will take you right to it. And this is my hostess code, S26YFC77. If you could use that, please, that would be awesome. That is how I am able to give stuff away. So I appreciate that very much if you could use that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half, and you're going to want to cut 2 of these. You only need 1.5, but, you know, I cut 2. So I'm going to fold this in half, or find the half. And the half is at about 1 1/4-ish. So I kind of just look back and forth and try to get it even. Again, perfection is overrated. So there we go. We cut them in half. And that should be half. It's half-ish. You know, I'm going to take the bigger of the 2. Not that it matters. All right, now I can get that out of my way. All right, so I am going to take this and I am going to find 1 1/4, or I'm sorry, 1 1/8 from one end to the other. So I'm going to put this at 1 1/8, and I'm going to see that, and then I'm going to, oops, I have to find the center, which is 1 1/4. So there you go, find the center, and then fold at that center like so. You kind of want it crooked. So is that right? That doesn't look right to me. So I found my center. So find your center, and then you're going to fold from that center, and you want it to be kind of uneven-y. Just trust me on that. So you're just kind of faking it. Oops. This is where a strong ruler comes in handy. This one's going to be kind of tall. That did not find the center. There's the center. I knew it didn't look right. I want to fold from there to... Why am I having so much trouble? Why is it when I'm on video? I'm whipping these off no problem when I'm, you know, just sitting at my desk, not thinking too hard. So basically what you're doing is you're going to be crisscrossing this back and forth. It will take some playing with. You can use different size, larger and smaller circles. So, you know, whatever you want to do. But you see how I'm just sort of going back and forth. So now you can see I have made a Christmas tree. Cute, right? So what I did was I did a couple of others. One I folded the other way, and then one I folded the same way. Okay. Once you find one, it's really easy to find and make a pattern. So once you get a size that you really like, so let's say, I'll show you with this one. So this is a size I really like, right? So I'm going to take this one, I'll lay this on here like so. So I kind of gave you the directions on how to sort of make your first one. But after you've made your first one, use that, like save it as a template. And then just take it and kind of fold it where that first one is. Okay, so once you've got the first one, then you're pretty good at folding them back and forth and creating the next one. Pretty good. Not perfect. There you go. Oops, gotta get that corner. This is why having a ruler really helps, because you can go to that corner and it helps you bend it without getting it too scrunched up at the top. So there you go. So we're going to put this one aside, and I've got two going in one direction, as you can see, and one going slightly different. Just so you can, I know it's hard to see. You'll see it better when I put them on the card. Then I'm going to take my basic white, and I'm just going to stamp Merry Christmas in the Evening Evergreen, which of course matches the Designer Series paper. There we go. There's a lot of sentiments on this. If you don't want to say Merry Christmas, there's happiest holidays, much gratitude, makes a great thank you card. I don't know if you want trees on it, but maybe cheers, that would make it a great New Year's card. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting some of my pieces together. So I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal, and I am ready with a refill because I think I'm about to run out. And I'm just going to add a little bit onto the Cherry Cobbler, which then I'm going to mat onto the Evening Evergreen. There we go. Are we out? Not yet. Okay. So it had been raining here like crazy in Michigan for a few days. Oh my gosh, this last week was wet. Wet, 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 soggy wet. So what's the weather been like for you guys? I don't think we're expecting rain today, but it's really gloomy out still. There we go. Okay, so now I've got these on here. So I'm going to put them onto the basic white. So I'm going to find the center first and put it on there. So if you're a perfectionist, which y'all know I am not, you can take your ruler and line it up, and you know that this is 5.5, so that center would be 2 3/4. So if you want to be that picky, I just eyeball it, because see, to me that still doesn't look quite right. So I'm going to eyeball it, and I'm going to put it pretty close to the top because I'm going to add some ribbon, as you can see. So there's just a hint of the basic white up there. And then you can see, you can make these smaller if you would like. And I can see these aren't cut even. Look at that one. Is the other one cut the same? It is. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move these and put that longer one in the center. And then it will look like I did it on purpose, right? Hey, I could trim it, but, why? I'll just fake it. Fake it till you make it, right? Or fake it while you make it, in my case. Okay. Because then if that one's a little bit longer, people will go, oh, she meant to do that. No, she didn't. Oh, gotta move them over a little bit. I thought that didn't look right. It's a good thing this is only paper, because I'm constantly... Do you guys do that? Do you guys like move stuff around all the time? I am constantly moving things. That's why you just kind of want to tap it before you really settle on your position, unless you know for certain where it's going to go. Because see, I can see that center one. This one looks crooked to me. Either that or my paper is crooked, which is also a possibility. Yeah, could be. And move that one a little bit. I just keep adjusting. Perfection is so overrated. And it does look really crooked to me. It does look terribly crooked, like really badly crooked. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this card anyway. Maybe I'll be sitting here all day with you guys trying to get it perfect. But I only do that for you guys because I just feel like, hey, it's a homemade card. Perfection is overrated. I think I've said that. Okay, that is bugging me. This one just looks really, they all look kind of, this one looks okay. The rest look kind of funky, right? So you can grab your paper trimmer. And this is where I can get myself into trouble. Because I will start paper trimming like a crazy woman. And until there's like nothing left of my cardstock. See, that looks right. But let's see if it even took off that little hair difference. Now I might be messing up the whole card by doing it this way. But yeah, see, that didn't even do anything. This, I do not recommend that you do this. I don't. I recommend that you just go for it. And you just let it go. Because now I think it looks weird still. So. Okay. So there is my imperfect card. Which I'm totally fine with. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on here. And I am going to cover the green just a touch. You know what? I'm just going to put it on here. And just a few, just to hold the ribbon in place while it finds its home. There we go. Gosh, I feel like it's so quiet, but I'm hoping you guys are talking to each other because that's the thing I miss about in person, I think, is the conversations that were always had while we were doing stuff. And you guys might be shouting out suggestions on when I boo-booed how to fix that. Now this is going to go on, but I'm going to put it on last. Now here's where you have an option. You can leave these all flippy like that and just kind of burnish them really good so that they lay flat. Which I kind of like, but because they're going to flatten a little bit when you mail it, right? So that would be my preference for these. Oops. And then you just have to remember to put the one that is different. If you do that, I could have folded them all the same. I could have. But I didn't. So you can do it like this, and then they just look slightly different, right? So then you can just adhere those on with just a little bit of a fairly strong adhesive. Now, Stampin' Seal is pretty strong. Seal Plus is stronger. And see, I could have made these a little bit shorter, these little rectangles. That would have given me more space here. But I was following an old pattern, and I don't know why. I'll show you the original one, which is done with some older Designer Series paper, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Now, if you wanted to, you could add some rhinestones to the top. I think we talked about that on Tuesday, where I put a rhinestone at the top of the big tree that I made. And then the plan originally was to put the bow in the center, but I'm not so sure I like the way it goes over the Merry Christmas. So I'm considering putting it somewhere else. I think I'm going to put it off to the side like that. And of course, I used our tear and tape to hold my bow in place. You can use a glue dot if you prefer that. And voila, super simple. Just remember, I mean, this is light enough that you could actually, leave the inside this color, but there's just something pretty about this. And the thing is there's great sayings for the inside. To you and yours, from our family. So you could do from our family to you and yours on here, or and a happy new year and heartfelt wishes this wonderful season, whatever, or even any of the insides, sending love, cheers, anything. But anyway, I think it's a fun card, and it is a little bit dimensional if you don't adhere it down. If you do adhere it down, it's still dimensional. So let me show you the one that I did previously. Here's the one from a different year. I actually used 2 different designer series papers. I think it's from the same batch, but this one is definitely a different background than this one was. So there you go. There are 2 Christmas cards for you. I love this stamp. I wish I hadn't sold it. It says, "Welcome Christmas into your heart." It's so pretty. I also did some church cards where I didn't ink that, and it just said, "Welcome Christ into your heart." So you could use it all year. So, yeah, that was an awesome stamp. I miss it. Anyway, there you go. That is your Saturday sip for today. A super simple Christmas card. You may not think it's simple, but I do. I think it's fairly simple. Once you get used to how to fold these, they're just really fun. And then when your family gets it, they really like it. So anyway, come back in November, and I will be showing you some stuff from that new bundle that I told you goes live on Tuesday. So I'll probably talk about that on Tuesday. I'm not sure if I'll do it before Tuesday Tip or as part of Tuesday Tip. Still playing around with that. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope that you will continue watching and follow my page or share my video or both. So have a blessed and wonderful weekend. Bye, everybody.